Good morning, everyone. Did anyone get an email? Hey, Ken, Mike, how are you? Janet, all right, somebody got an email. Perfect. That'll work. Let's make sure the telegram went out to the pit. Uh, Let me see. It's called Roger Scott. Just Roger Scott. Someone asked the name of the telegram. I don't know, HG. Not sure about that.
Right. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. Not a lot of people here yet, but it is pretty early. How are you doing so far, Matt?
Having a good day.
Good day. All right, I like a good day. Let me just go here to YouTube real quick. Make sure everybody's here. Say hello to everybody.
Hopefully that's good.
There we are. All right, here we are. Oh, say hello to everybody, and we'll get started. And yes, Kane should be here today. Kane should be here today.
Yeah, get him upgraded.
Yeah. All right. We got infinitely Robert, Dave, Jody, CJ, Naples fan. Yes, it is Chinese New Year's. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. My wife was talking about that just the other day. How's
Hey guys,
everybody doing on YouTube?
Hey,
Hey, Kane, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm a little groggy from an early start this morning, but otherwise very good.
It's been one of those markets, isn't it? It's been a
Yeah.
very, very interesting market. What do you make of it?
Just see a lot of chop, a lot of uncertainty, don't know which way to go, up or down, and it doesn't seem like so far we've gotten a lot of clarity. It's even with the earnings that are coming out, so I just see more chop in the near future.
I agree with you. I think we need something. And it's interesting. Let me just say hello to everyone here. Hey guys, everyone. I'm not this I see all of you, Kane, Richard, David, Santiago, Robert, Gus, Sean, Ken, Tom, all of you. Stu, good morning. I just wanted to get into a discussion. I don't want to waste any time because we have a busy schedule today. Adam says, good afternoon, everyone. Love spy trades. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm new in your service. Hope to learn a lot. Thank you, Ernest. I appreciate it. And good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening if you're in Europe or Australia or God only knows where. Yeah, Chinese New Year's, isn't that something? I once went to it. We have like two good Chinese restaurants in Jacksonville, and I actually went to one with my wife a few years back. It was about 4 years ago, and it happened to be Chinese New Year's, and we didn't know it was Chinese New Year's, but and it was very busy that day, and it was mostly Chinese people. It's a local place, very good, very good place. But they like to party, they like to hang out. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun going out on Chinese New Year's.
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah, go ahead.
China for Chinese New Year's to visit her dad, who was having some health issues earlier. So she's over there having a good time. Richard asked if I hand out red envelopes. I did hand out a bonus trade earlier this week that paid out over 100%. So that's as close as I'm going to get for a red envelope.
Yeah, yeah. So how long is she there for?
She'll be back this weekend.
No, that's cool. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Hey, Richard from Puente Gorda, how are you? Yeah, what is it a year of? Is it a year of a snake?
Snake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my Rachel is a snake. So that's the most powerful. I think that's like the most powerful sign of the zodiac, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. One of them.
One
It's
of
like
them.
a toss up between snake and dragon.
Dragon. Yeah, my wife's grandma. Well, she was the first physics professor in Ukraine
Oh
in
wow.
history. Yeah, they didn't like women professors back in the
I can
50s.
only,
There, she
only
was
imagine.
she taught nuclear science and physics in the 50s to Ukraine and Russia. Believe it or not.
Wow. She probably would have
She
made a great trader.
she would have made a fantastic trader. And my wife took after her, and my daughter took after her. And my daughter Rachel, she's a snake. So
Nice.
it's interesting. It's interesting how it'll all wash out here. Very, very interesting. Let me just add a couple of things. I'm just looking at some stocks and adding a few things. I'm glad you're here today. We had an interesting last few sessions. We've been getting back into education because
Oh,
it's New
great.
Year's. Yeah, we're still in January, almost still in January, and it's still a good time for you guys to get change your habits and get into doing things a little bit differently, getting into the habit of doing things the right way. Um, so first things first, I want to first talk a little bit about earnings real quick. Let me pull up my TC 2000 so at least we'll have something on my screen. It's better than looking at us just talk. At least we could look and see what the market's doing. Hey, Zoom user. Okla, 30% return. Look at you, Robert. Yeah, that was a gap to green trade. We got out of it a little early because I don't trust this market, but it's actually not looking too bad. Nuclear stocks, right? Nuclear stocks, nuclear. What do you think about nuclear stocks, Kane?
I like them. I like 'em. I think there is a future for them, and it's with Trump potentially lowering regulations. This is just one area I think he could target.
I think we'll get. I think if we want to get to really using, solar power and alternate energy, we're sure as heck going to get there a lot faster with nuclear than we are with solar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
We're going to get there because it's what I keep telling folks. This whole solar thing. I mean, it's fun for like cars, but when you start talking about building airplanes, helicopters, construction equipment, when you start using alternate energy for commercial equipment, that's when I'm going to get it. That's when the party's going to start. Till then, this is just all gadgets, This is all
Yeah.
this is all just gadgets. It really is, unfortunately. By the way, Matt, take a look at Volt right now and see what it's doing for the first time today. You know what? Actually, I could talk about it here. I don't have to do it behind the green wall. So this is a Volt. This is volume going in and out of. This is volume of advancing issues versus declining issues. This is the SPY. And all day today, notice we took two long trades today. One was a loss, one was a win. This is not a primary indicator. This is just something I like to look at on the screen while we trade. But up till now, volume has been. It is lunchtime right now, so we got to take that into account. But notice how volume is starting to cool off a little bit. It's not as prevalent. It's starting to taper off a little bit. And if this thing starts really turning south, we're going to start getting more and more bullish. So when you see a move like this in SMH or a move like you see right now in SPY like this there may be a short-term trade against the trend when you see us moving out. We're not moving, we're not moving up right now. And again, it could be just because of lunchtime. I mean, a bearish move, not a bullish move, a bearish move. Yeah. Just something to keep in mind. This is something I look on my screen throughout the day. Very, 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 very important. But yeah, me too. Me too. Now, meanwhile, the market is fairly bullish right now across the board. I'm a little surprised at the strength of it actually in light of Microsoft. I thought this was a very disappointing move. It's funny. Tesla, they're up two almost, a little over 2%, and they came out with negative news. And Microsoft barely beat things, but their cloud servers didn't look all that good. So again, just something to keep in the back of your mind, okay? All right. So first thing I want to talk about is earnings. Earnings. We can now talk about earnings. Now we have about 120 companies that have reported so far. They're up 10.8% from the same period a year ago on 5.5% higher revenue. 80% have beaten EPS, which is great. The tech sector has been a significant driver, and we're expected to see this trend continue. I'm glad that the forward-looking statements especially from the AI, are not that bad. Even with Microsoft, it's not that bad. And we got a lot of stuff here before we fill this gap. But I mean, it's not looking at. It's not. It didn't break. It didn't break major support. Okay, so I think as long as we don't break major support on Microsoft, which hasn't really been trending well, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Meta did really well. IBM did really well. Now, this would follow a 22% increase on growth and 11% higher projection of last quarter. So the fact that we're doing good this year so far is pretty impressive. So far, we're seeing strength, not a bad outlook. The tech sector has significant growth driver, and we're expected to see this in the next quarter. So far, tech sector is up 15.2% on 10% higher revenue, and this is the sixth quarter in a row of double-digit earnings growth, which is fantastic. Fantastic. The problem is P is getting a little too high here. This would follow, again, 22.6% last quarter, which is significant. So far, now, when I say so far, we had a pretty big part of the cap reporting, but I'm not big on the cap reporting. I want to see about 300 companies report. This is the equal weighted market. So if you're not trading right now, if you're not trading mega caps or small caps, this is what you're up against right now. Now, this isn't necessarily bad if you're doing income trades, but this is not great for directional trades because you don't have a lot of directional bias. One of the reasons we've slowed down on trades across all the services is because we don't have. I got plenty of stocks. Okay, I got plenty of stocks. That's not really the problem. The problem. We're about to pass the VWAP, by the way, Matt. Coming down right here on the spot. But anyways, we need to break out of this. When we break out of this, we're going to start trending again. And if you don't like this or if you don't trust this, here, let me show you something else. It's the exact same thing. The exact same story right here. Now, I don't use this intraday, but going into today, right now it's 210, but going into today, it was 100. So we started the day with 100 stocks breaking out and only 30 stocks breaking down. There's no downside pressure right now in the market. There's no downside pressure. Now, right now, we have 210 stocks. Markets are moving higher. We have a nice little gap up. But again, the market's we're now at lunchtime. This can go back to 100 if we have a turnaround to the downside. And if you take out ETFs, that number is 180. So if this number stays at 180 as we close today, we'll have a nice little bullish run developing. But if this number goes back to the low 100s, we're not going to have a lot of momentum. So my point is, please keep your eye. Please keep your eye on RSP, and ideally, you You want to see us break, ideally, you want to see us break above, especially during earnings, to above the 183 level, maybe even the 183.50 level. You want to see a breakout of this because I think once it breaks out, it's going to move. The question is, are mags going to follow? And mags have been consolidating too. They've been having high volume, but they've been consolidating. They have been consolidating. This right here is not a trend. This is chop, 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 chop. Now, what I'd like to see is a breakout. This is a descending flag. What I'd like to see is which is bullish. What I'd like to see is a breakout to the upside. Now, folks, based on our lesson yesterday, what kind of a chart is this? Is this a breakout plus or a breakout minus? Let's see. How well they listen. I gave a lesson yesterday on this. John is right. It's a minus. Minus. Okay. All right. Good. Breakout minus. And what kind of a chart is this? Let me make sure everybody's on the same page. Hey, Raj, how are you? And I explained to you the upside and the downside of each one and how important it is to start labeling it. No, Richard, this is a plus, and this is a minus. Okay? Hey, Bob, how are you? Adam, Wade, good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. All right. The first one, this is a minus right here. The mags is a minus, and hood is a plus. Okay? All right. Everybody's paying attention. You want me to reiterate Zoom user? Okay. That's a breakout minus chart. That's a breakout plus chart. A breakout from a previous high, a momentum breakout is a breakout plus. And when you have a previous breakout, most A lines are breakout minus. Okay. Majority of A lines are breakout minus. Let's take a look, Omar. I hope you're right. Is it ready today? Really? Let's take a look, Omar. So yesterday I got really upset with everyone, Kane. I gave them a pop quiz, and the results were not good. Hey, Jay Roger, how are you? Glad to have you back. So I told them yesterday, why would you not buy this stock? And it was very simple because you have the 8-day and the 15-day right above it. This is yesterday when the price was right. The answer was it couldn't be any simpler. 40%, about 40%. Yeah, 40% got it right. And Omar got it wrong again right now. Omar, it has to get above these levels. It's not above that level. It actually has to get above. It has to close above this level. It hasn't closed above anything yet. So if it was here, I would probably say yes, but we haven't closed. We got to you got to remember confirmation versus reaction, expectation versus confirmation, breakout plus, breakout minus, confirmation versus expectation. Not there, brother. Exactly what Adam just said. It ain't there yet. So far, what I'm seeing is that this is rejecting. Look, look, Omar. Okay, so let me give you my analysis, okay? And I'm not playing right now. I'm being really serious here. I'm taking my trading hat on. So the stock opened up this morning. It gapped up, right? Look, gapped right up here. I'm going to use my mouse here, but you look on the left as I dictate on the right. So the stock opened right here at the bottom of this candle. Had a nice run up right here, right there. Now, on the left side, do you see where the crosshairs are? Slightly above, right? And what happened right after it hit this level intraday? What did it do after it hit this level, Omar? It broke down hard, and it's been consolidating. Granted, it's above the VWAP. What we need to see, Omar, is we need it to close above this bar. Close above this bar. Getting to this bar and rejecting would just confirm that it's not ready yet. Close above this bar, okay? Close above that bar. GNAT says how much from 15 should be defined extended. You don't want to chase. You want it to be as close as you can. Ideally, I'd like to see this close right here, and then create another test tomorrow, and again close further, and then I would probably go long as a gap to green trade. But we're not there yet. One of the biggest mistakes you guys make. Now I'm going to say this, and I want every one of you to write this down. You anticipate. You don't confirm. You guys are eager beavers, and you don't confirm. Now, I'm going to test you on this one of these days. That's a huge mistake. That's a top 5 mistake. See, most of you are too concerned about what moving average to use, the 15 or the 20, the color. This is what you should be worried about. This is the stuff that moves the needle. This is the 20/80 stuff. I'm teaching you the 20% of the important stuff, and I'm not even talking about that other stuff because it doesn't matter if you can't get the 20% right. Okay? Confirmation, Omar. Now, yesterday I gave you an example, and today Omar, and I know Omar is very intelligent, and he still got it wrong. You need to close above these levels. This has to become support. Right now, this is resistance with a question mark. And I'm not picking on you, Omar, and tons of people make this mistake. But I'm just saying, I'm doing this. I'm using you as my guinea pig. Okay, so I apologize for that. But good. Please don't take it personally. And I know you don't. But you look how hard we reject. Look, this was the candle. This was the candle that said, "Are we going to break?" And what did this candle do? This is a reversal candle, literally. Matt, Matt, I don't know why I said Matt, but Matt will tell you this is a reversal candle right here. And then we went 4 bars down. So as soon as we hit these levels, it said, no, I'm not interested. Everybody's been there. I do it out of love.
Zoom user is saying, love to get in early for the biggest move. And I think that's the biggest mistake. I think retail traders are always thinking about maximizing that profit, and we're talking about minimizing that risk. Yeah.
Exactly. You're not looking at the right thing. Confirmation. The fact that price accepted these levels is the difference between a rejection and yes, confirmation. Now, Omar, to your argument now, it bounced down. It went above. It's been trading above the VWAP all day on good volume, even though the market hasn't been doing anything. It has really good relative strength to the market. I could tell right now, if I wanted to, by pulling up I could tell you right now, it's had 3 strong trend days, and if the market closes strong, it'll probably do that, but it hasn't done it yet. And honestly, you can even wait for another day, because I'll tell you why. Because the closer you're going to get to this area right here, Omar, to 398, the more buyers will want this. It'll become more attractive. Because it'll have less risk. Okay? Just FYI. And that's a really big mistake people make. That's top 5. Top 5. You know how we say wait for it to, if it goes below this level, get out? If it closes below this level, get out. Not goes below that level, closes below that level, get out. These are little things, and I know we're spending a lot of time with it, but I am telling you, top 5. That's top 5 thing. People don't wait for confirmation. They anticipate. Now, if you're going to do that in your trader sync, type anticipation trade, not a confirmation trade. 2 different type of trades. 2 different type of trades. 2 different profit. Yes, Rochelle. Yes, details. The devil is in the details. This is one of those little details, because you see it looks big deal. I front run. The moving average data is a lot more important. No, it's not. This is more important. Okay. Eduardo says, so we have to close the next day. I didn't say anything about you closing anything, Eduardo. Eduardo, you're taking something that we almost can leave, and you're now. I don't know what you're talking about, Eduardo. I don't know anything about closing. We're not talking about closing anything. I said that the trade would be confirmed. The entry would be confirmed if it closed above those lines. I did not say anything about getting out or closing the trade. I didn't say anything about you closing anything. Okay? The word you closing anything did not come out of my mouth. Just to be clear. Now, I want to spend a few minutes talking about something that I think a lot of you have a problem with. Now, when I say a lot of you, I mean a lot of you. Okay, I mean a lot of you. Now, I'm going to ask, please be honest, because if you lie, you're only going to lie to yourself. I'm going to give you a scenario and tell me if this sounds remotely familiar to you. Okay, you get into a trade, you have a loss. You get into another trade, you have a loss. You get into another trade, you have a loss or you break even. The next trade comes, you don't take it because you don't trust it. The next trade comes, you don't take it because you don't trust it. The next trade comes because you take it, you don't trust it. Then finally, because all of them are winners and you miss 3 or 4 winners in a row, you start taking them and again they turn into losers and you're always on the wrong sync of the trades. Do you guys, my point is, do you feel more insecure about taking trades that you have taken that have been losers versus winners in the past? Do you, after like a string of winners, do you get that invincible feeling? And you, hey, look at that! It looks like I'm speaking to somebody. It looks like I'm speaking to an old friend here. Yeah. How did I know that? You know, Kane. About a year ago, I asked people here if any of them thought they had mental issues when it came to trading, and 99% said they did not. If I did that right now, 99% said that they would. Isn't it amazing how things? Isn't it amazing how things change, how perspective change over time?
Well, it's the value of education, of hanging out with people with experience and just get that brain rewired, because most of us are wired backwards to, in a way that causes us to lose money.
Yes. So folks, I'm going to, my mental issues don't end with trading. Hey, Jeff, that's okay, Jeff. A lot of people have a lot of issues, but you just kind of have to put them to the side. Put them to the side when you're trading. So, Lawrence, it's not about hating to lose. That's not what this is about. It's a very different thing. It's not about hating to lose. It's not. I want to talk a little bit about this because I see it's resonating with a lot of people, and whoever's not resonating with is just lying or not being honest. Because I think unless you're a professional trader, I think unless you're a professional trader, I think that it's very hard not to have those feelings. Okay, but why are we wired backwards to lose, Wayne? Because everything you've been taught from the moment you were born was based on logic. On logic, trading does not involve logic. So I'll tell you why. Because when you were a baby and you cried, your mama came to you and helped you, and you learned cause and effect. You learned that subconsciously. It was taught to you at an early age. If you see somebody, if you jump into a pool and you can't, a little child, somebody will come and rescue you. You learned certain things when you were a child, and they are wired in you. Trading gives the middle finger to all of those emotions and tells you, and the better you are at life, the worse you will be it's almost like you have to be a sociopath to be, and I don't mean that from a negative way, but it's almost like you have to be a sociopath to be a good trader, because you have to completely block off all the emotions that have helped you in life with everything you do. How do you turn them off? How do you undo everything that's been part of you since you were born? How do you do it?
I think it's also school. School trained you the wrong way.
And everything
you
you learn
can't get
in
a
school.
wrong answer. Yeah,
Right.
65% is a bad score. 65% win rate is a great score. So
you're taught everything. You're taught that doing well. You're taught that, okay, look. You're taught in life, the more time you spend on something, the better you will be at it. The better your results will be. Does it work in trading? No. You're taught in trading, if you get an A, you're taught in life, if you get an A, you get a good job. What are you taught at your job? If you behave well, spend a lot of time there, do all these things, you'll do well. Do you see my point?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I wonder why you are so a good person. Because I'm able to separate this crap. Because I understand that trading, you were in Disneyland. And there's me and there's trading. It's like two different. The mind comes off. So again, Yes, The Best Loser Wins is a great book. I recommend that book all the time. Great book. Great book. Great book. So everybody's been there, done that. So and you do it, and if you think you don't do it, then you probably have the opposite problem. When your ego gets the best of you, when you have 3 or 4 winners, and then you're like, I'll just take these trades. I can't lose. You tell that to yourself subconsciously. Okay, yeah, school, parents, TV, your life, your friends. They've all taught you. They've all taught you nature, human nature. This is nature. This is things that help us in life. And all of a sudden, you have to forget all of them. How do you do that? It's hard. It's very difficult. Okay. So, one time, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I told you an example. Okay. I gave you an example. And the example that I gave you was this is what me and my friends used to do when we were 4 years old. My grandmother lived like on the 6th floor of a major street. So we were able to go on the balcony, and our entertainment was trying to figure out and guess what the next color car will be. Okay? All right. And as you can imagine, that's a completely random event, right? The odds of it being a yellow car or a black car or a red car, it's just, there's no, but we're kids. We were 4 years old. When you're trading, you have to put that hat on. The past trades that you have taken have to completely not be a part of your psyche. I know it's easier said than done because you have money on the line, which is why I tell you to trade with one share, so you could first develop these habits. If you do not kick these habits out of your life, you will never, ever, ever achieve success as a trader. You will never, ever succeed. Forget my trades from yesterday. Today's a new day. No, like literally 20 minutes ago is a new day if you're day trading. I remember the story that I told you about, and I don't remember this guy's name. I'm not a golf player, but he was a professional golf player, and he was on the ranks with Tiger Woods. And I told you this story. I told you guys this story a while back. They asked him. They said, "What separates you from Tiger Woods?" He won once. Tiger Woods won once, but Tiger Woods ended up being the better player by like whatever. So he said, Tiger has an amazing quality that I have not seen in any other I wanted to say trader, golfer. He doesn't remember what happened 5 seconds ago. He just like bad. It doesn't matter. It's very hard. He's like, I can't do it as good as him. He's better than me. I think I'm a better. He said, I actually think I'm a better golfer, but I can't do it I can't get the mind thing done as well as him. This is before Tiger's all that's, the craziness happened and all that. And again, I don't follow golf, but when I heard that, I said, oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. But that is right on the dot. Think about that. Golfing and trading. I mean, what do they have to do with one another, right? I don't remember who it was. But again, do not look at your past trades when you're making future trades. Richard, I don't know if you're here. I believe you're here. Would you say on a scale out of the 10 most important things in trading, how important was that in your trading? I'm assuming you're here, but I don't know. Maybe Richard is not here. Do you guys see Richard here? I don't know. Richard says, very important. There he is. Yeah, golf will expose any emotional instability for sure. Easy to make the same mistake at casino or flipping coins. We're never, ever on a hot streak or cold streak. Khalid says all trades aren't the same, though. If you win 20 on one trade, yeah, they are the same. If you read my Khalid, they are every trade is the same. You don't understand position sizing, my friend. If you understood position sizing, then you wouldn't be saying what you are saying right now. Stop doing that, Khalid. Every trade is the same. Folks, how many times did I show you how to equalize positions with ATR? How many times have we been through this exercise? How many times? Lots. Okay. Position sizing. Every trade is the identical, Khalid. I don't know where you come up with this stuff, but every trade is identical. 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 If you follow Uncle Roger's bet sizing rules, every trade is not identical, but virtually identical. And there's two ways you could do it. You could, with options, you could do fixed dollar, so 2,000 in every trade. That's very typical. Then why are you writing what you're writing if you size every trade the same? All trades aren't the same. If you win 20% on one, lose 100, yes, they are the same. They are the same. If you're sizing them the same, then they're identical. You're never going to get the same losers, but if you're trading the same system, your losers and your gainers will be about the same size. They
You
will
gotta size based on your risk, not size based on your dollars invested.
Right. You're talking apples and oranges here. Yeah, we're not talking about profit factor. We're talking about your position sizing. Okay, position sizing. Okay. I don't look at my PL ever. I isolate each trade and set it with the alert, then go off to do my other issues on the day. Except the Google trade, Adam. That Google trade. I remember everything. All right. No, but for the most part, you're right. So, folks, getting past that, see? How did I know that, Adam? We never talked about it, but how did I know that? I deal with 600 people, but how did I know that you had a problem with a specific Google trade? It's pretty good, right, Adam? You got to admit, I'm pretty observant. I care about each and every one of you. All right. Just like what's his name? Carlos with his, what was that? It was a semiconductor trade. Was it CrowdStrike? It was a semiconductor with a gap. I remember it. ASML. Thank you. How do I remember that? How do I remember that? But I do. All right. But I do. I remember all that stuff. All that stuff. No, not crystal ball. I remember certain things. I have a certain memory for certain things. Been there, done that. All right, everybody. So, folks, please do a few things. If you start getting your past trade in your mind, it's only going to interfere with your trading. Please don't do that. It's a major, major mind trap. And if you catch yourself doing it, then you know what you need to do? You need to go back to the one share if you can't let it go. Yes, you have to go back and ground yourself and go back to the one share. All right? You got to go back to one share. Sorry, it's the only solution. The theory is if you start with one share and you go to 2 shares, 5 shares, or one contract, 2, 5, 10, you'll slowly develop that skill. You'll become desensitized to trading action over time. You will. It'll happen, but it'll take time. Okay? Everything that I'm telling you right now, it's not some cockamamie crap I read in a book. Everything I'm teaching you right now, I learned the hard way. Because just like you guys were born with those skills, those tools your parents gave you, I was too. And I had to break through it and change how my mind worked completely, which is why I wrote Mind Traps. So I'm telling you this from personal experience. That one share contract advice has saved me so much money along the way. Yes, it has. Can one share? Stop trying to make money from the markets and learn to trade. It's the best way that's the best thing I could teach you. Learn to trade. All right? Before you lose all your money. Because if you lose all your money before you learn how to trade, you won't have any money to trade with. Right. All right. And Kane, I do appreciate you being here. By the way, Kane has a class at 3:00 today, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And Matt, I posted a link for you on YouTube. Would you please repost that so folks can join Kane for his class today at 3:00? You did what? No, I posted it on your YouTube, Slack, Skype. I posted it Skype for you in the morning. That's right. Tony Saliba used to be on One Lot Trader. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Kane Live, 3 p.m. Thank you.
I also have a 2 p.m. I'm going to live trade at 2 p.m. and then I have the class at 3.
Oh, okay. Is it the same link?
No, 2 different links.
Well, if you can get the gals from customer service or from, if you can get the gals to give the link and you can give it to Matt right now or over the next 22 minutes, we'll post it here, okay?
Okay. All right, cool.
Just get it. I'm sure they have it. Just get it from them and we'll get it to them. Yeah, that would be cool because you guys don't want to miss live trading with Kane. I may want to go. Me and Matt may want to go to live trading with Kane. All right, Stu, please, please. This advice I'm giving you, I don't want to focus on 80%. I want to focus on the 20% that's going to change how you do things. You could learn that 80% crap from anybody else. I want to teach you the 20% that's going to move your needle. I want to teach you the 20% that'll teach you the 80% that you need. The 20% that you don't need, you could spend your time learning that from somebody else. That's how I look at it. That Craig used to is the guy that trading in the VIP room. Craig used to teach. Craig hasn't been in 5 or 6 years. Uh, PCG short side, lovely looking stock, lovely looking stock. Puts. You know what, guys? I'll tell you what. I'll do some of the puts, but if I run out, I'll do some of the options. But if I run out, I'll just do the underlying. Okay. 29 days to go. 71 delta. 17 put right there. Okay. They're all recorded and they're all in the live YouTube channel. Yeah, there you go. Exactly, Zoom user. Right here. 17 put. With a stop. Now, would I use the 15-day? No, I would go a little higher at this pivot. You see this pivot? So it's 15-day or the pivot, closest pivot to it. What's the closest pivot here? Right here. So you just raise it a little bit. You don't want to get stopped out by all this noise. You want to be a little bit above it. Simple common sense. On semiconductor, I gave you this yesterday, and I think today it may be ready for action. Don't like how semiconductors and NVIDIA are. By the way, as I'm doing this, Kane, real quickly, I don't want to run out of time. What's your view? These are all EMAs. These are EMAs. These are regular MAs. The reason these are regular MAs is because I'm not using these for market timing. I'm trying to mimic what institutions are using. These I'm actually using for market timing, so they're EMAs. And it's right here, Jeff, by the way. You can see it right here. What do you think about the whole, in a nutshell, what do you think about the whole deep doo-doo NVIDIA thing that's going on? Do you believe it?
No, I think it's going to blow over. It was a one-time event. I've been talking about how there's what other news can come on top of that. So when you have uncertainty, if you're concerned about a sell-off, it's because there's continued uncertainty, and we don't know how deep or how far it goes. With this deep, whatever, I always forget the name as well. Whatever it is, it's done. It's a one and done event, and so the market reacted, and then it's going to find a new direction from there. I don't think it's going to keep on snowballing.
Yeah. I don't call it deep seek. I call it deep doo-doo. Deep doo-doo. Yeah, I think they're using NVIDIA chips. But anyways, I'm entitled to my opinion. I have no proof. I'm just speculating, just like the rest of you. Deep ship. I call it deep ship. Yeah. MCHP. Choppy, but not too bad. Not too, doable. Looks like it's already breaking this level. I would want to see it a little lower today, but I like this stock. And I would go again above all of this right here at the 60-12 area, 29, 68 delta, 57 put. You guys can rewatch this on YouTube. Here's a link from YouTube. I'm not going to give this to people on YouTube because you're already on YouTube, but I'm going to post this here. You can watch this on slow motion right now. This AM GDP report was not, it was bad. It was bad, Penny. Bad. It was bad. I mean, it was bad. PSN. Oh, I didn't give on? Okay, I'll give on. 29 days to go. 67 delta, 56 put. Or 72 delta, 57 put. All I know is that China doesn't always. They're in a very bad spot right now, from what I understand, and look, destabilizing AI right now in America. That's what I would do. I mean, that's not a stupid idea. About 85 as a stop here, maybe the 15, maybe a little more, because this thing does move, and it's not too choppy. It's pretty smooth. 22 days to go. 77 delta, 85 put. Right. again, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not buying it for a minute. Now I thought this stock was interesting. This is I think the first time I've ever had this stock on my list. Doesn't seem to be very liquid, but you can go deep in the money here. Go 22 days out. You can go right here, the one delta. You can go 25, which is pretty deep. Or you could just buy the underlying. It's only $20. But I like this. Look at the intraday and look at the daily chart. Very, very nice. Very nice. A little far from the 8-day, but still looks pretty good. Khalid, send me an email. See, discussions like these are great discussions, but you got to send me an email. Send me an email, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Right here would be about 2280. Yeah, you're going to have to use the underlying here. Yeah, you're going to have to use the underlying here. Let's see. It's not a very liquid stock, but it looks very good. And again, you could use the underlying, right? You could use the underlying. Cal. What a beauty. Look at this thing. Nice looking stock. Also, not really that liquid, but you can get this one off. 0.8, 22 days, 87 delta, 20 put right here. Nice smooth trend. EIX. Very nice clean trend. Nice clean daily trend. Nice intraday breaking down. Like the stock quite a bit actually today. What are earnings on it? Month. I like this stock. And I like how volume is picking up to the downside. Make a note of that one, Matt. EIX, 71 delta, 60 put. Right here. I like this stock. I don't think I've ever traded this stock. Nice looking stock. All right. Let me just take a quick look and see what the SPY's doing here. We're moving to calls right now. All right. Sorry about that. I think I may actually have enough time to finish everything. Lulu's breaking out. I talked about this stock several days ago. I really like how it's looking right now. It is a little extended, but it looks like it wants to fill this gap right here. Looks like it's about to start filling this gap. Matt, make a note, Lulu, for gap to green, would you? I like Lulu right now. Dad, I can't believe I actually like this stock here.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of kind of clothing or fashion related ones like Ralph Lauren, TPR. They all look pretty good right now, surprisingly.
And I also noticed, and funny that you mentioned that, I also this morning while we were in the morning show, I also noticed, similarly, exactly to what you just noticed, that a lot of housing furnishing stocks like Lazy Boy, Williams Sonoma, they're all climbing up. That's deflationary, folks. That's deflationary. You should know that. That's deflationary. That's good. That means people are thinking that in the next several months, real interest rates are going to go lower. And that's bros. Thank you, HG. Bros, yes. TPR, yes. Yeah. So yeah, I have noticed that. And that's good. That's bullish. That's XRT. It's bullish for the economy. So Lulu, yeah. See, this is why I like feedback. I didn't. Yeah, you're totally right. Totally right. 29 days to go. 71 delta. Let's do a spread. Add the money spread. We'll do 425 call, and we'll sell the 430 call. And we're going to do that for less than $2.50, expiring the 28th of February. Now, sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes I'll get an email in the pit. I don't want to buy this stock for $421. I want to do a spread. Well, guess what? I just showed you how you could do a $491 stock for $2.50, didn't I? A lot of what I teach you here, no, everything I teach you here is applicable to the pit. So next time I buy Lulu and I make $1 on it and I get out, don't send me an email. I don't want to spend $422 to make $1. You don't have to. You could spend $2.50. I know I show you all the time, but I get emails. Like I got an email today. I got an email about coin. I got an email about coin. I made $1 this morning on coin. I don't want to spend $300 on coin. You don't have to. You could buy. I'm showing you every day for free how to do it. All right. All right. Enough of my whining. GoDaddy. Now, I like GoDaddy this morning. I don't like how it's behaved since that time, but I still like it. 50-day moving average would be my line in the sand, and you do want to give the daddy a little. Can you let us know what the spread on Lulu would be? I did just now, Robert. I literally did. I just did. I can't. Here, guys, here's a replay link. Here's a replay link. Thank you for posting that. Okay, let's move on, please. I don't want to take up a lot of Kane's time. He's a busy guy. He's here out of, goodness of his heart. And you can also send me an email suing Mistakes Unlimited. So yeah, I like it, but I don't love it right now. I liked it a lot more this morning when it was doing this. So, but I do like it. I do like it for a swing. 29 days to go, 73 delta, 205. And look, if you want to do a spread, you go to the point closest to the point 50, not 70, 50. You buy one and then you sell one and you make sure that you paid less than half of this and then you're good to go. Or 15 to 25 and you pay less half of that. So $5 spread, $2.50, $10 spread, $5. So here, you're doing a $213 stock for $3. It's not that bad. Robert couldn't write that fast because he was taking profit on the spy calls that we just took out in the pit. Who made money on the spy calls from the pit just now? All right. Oh, yes. In at 135, out at 182. I like that. Multitasking here. All right. Oh, coin, actually. I still like coin. By the way. Let's get it if it goes above 310. It looks really good above 310. And here, I'll give you a spread right now. You can model me after this. You would buy the 300 call. You would sell the 305 call. You just go right down here, 53 delta, 300 call, sell the 305 call, and you do this for less than 250. Or you buy the 300, sell the 310, less than 5. Now, why am I going so fast? Because I do this 5 times every single day here, like I'm doing it right now. And it's the same thing every time, and the rules never once changed. There you go, Kevin. That's the spirit. If you made money on it, send me an email. Why don't you? Now, let me ask you guys a question. Can someone help me out? Maybe you guys know. What does this black face mean? Moon face. What does that mean? Is that like something negative or bad or good? What does this mean? Someone help me out.
I've never seen that before.
I know. I don't know how to interpret this. Not happy. Oh, is that what it means? Not happy? Well, I don't know. I gave you a trade. We gave you an entry at 135. We got out at 182. What are you not happy about? And look, we gave you the expiration. We gave you the fill price. It's a negative sign. I just can't. Matt, you and I need to go on. We got to go fishing or something. In the dark. Okay, in the dark. Okay, all right. Well, I have an email address. If you're in the dark, you can send me an email address. I don't understand. Probably use those emoticons incorrectly because I don't either what half of them mean. That's me, Bodine. That's why I stopped teaching. Oh, that would be nice on these emojis. They tell you what they mean before. Yeah, right? Those spreads make it possible to make money with a straight buy. Would be lucky to make money. Yes, yes. That's right, Sean. Try to forget about it like you were telling us. Don't take it like personal, dear. Only time I saw that was around earnings. All right. Well, all right. So I just showed you on coin. Netflix. Netflix looks really nice here. Look at this. I like what I'm seeing. I don't like intraday. I don't like anything intraday. They don't like it. Why are they what did Richard says? I think might know what the problem is with some people and why they are not happy while trade is positive. I'll email you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I have no idea. I can't figure it out for the life of me. I don't know what did I do. I don't know what did I do to deserve that. Two people. I don't know. What'd you say? Right here. Look. I think it's a moon. Look right here. And I wish they would tell you what it is when you would highlight it, but it doesn't. I know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. You and I are trying to make people happy, and it bothers me when people are unhappy. Overpaid on the way in, huh? Well, maybe they could send me an email Chinese New Year's. That's the reason why. Well, as long as most of you made money, that's all I care about. I'm spoon feeding. That's why they're unhappy. Yeah, I guess so. So Netflix, a spread, again, a spread. Kane, hopefully I'm not taking too much of your time, and hopefully I'm giving you a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah, it's all good. I always love doing these things. So
Thank you. I
it's all
appreciate
great.
it. And I know you're a busy guy. Okay, so look, guys, 22 days out. Look, 50 right there. Look, Eureka, 980 buy. We go to 50. We go across 980 buy, 985 sell. We do this for $2.50 or less. If we can't, we try to go 980, 990 for $5 or less. It's the same thing. It never changes. It's the same thing. It's the same thing every time. Roger, how do you do a debit spread? You go down, you go 22, 28 days out. You go to 0.50, you go across, you buy the closest one, and then you sell the next one over. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Okay. Next one. This one is starting to look, when I first saw it, it was like up here. Now it's a little overdone. So we're going to curb this enthusiasm. Curb this enthusiasm. Now, folks, I like gold right now. I'm not going to give you an option, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, and I'm not going to recommend it because it's very gappy. But I really like gold right now. I really like gold right now. All right? I really do like gold right now. But again, it's very gappy. It's very gappy. So I'll give it to you, but I'm giving you a caveat. It's very gappy. So maybe just do this for a day trade. 22 days. I'll tell you what. We'll treat it like a day trade. 8 days out, 75 delta, 255, 430, 440. You're welcome, Adam. You're welcome. We're trying hard to help you guys make money. XYZ. Now, Kane, you remember what this used to be? It was Square, right?
Oh yeah.
You know why? Did they change their name because they moved to New York Stock Exchange? Was that why? Because you can't have 4 letters on the New York? Do you know?
I don't know why they wouldn't have changed it something more similar, but that's got to be the reason why they changed.
Yeah. Well, I told you guys beginning of this year, which was less than 4 weeks ago, I told you how much I like financial tech stocks. PayPal, Square, financial tech stocks. I like them quite a bit. And look at the VWAP. We just crossed the VWAP. We have clarity right here. The nice breakout right here. Earnings are in about 3 weeks.
Looks like a great example of something you were teaching earlier at the very beginning.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is now, what kind of a breakout is this? Is this a minus or a plus? GLD, Carlos. GLD. GLD just a few days out. Minus. Good. It's funny. Yesterday when I was trying to teach you this, I couldn't find any examples, right? Today, every example is like that, right? Murphy's Law never fails. Never fails. I'll tell you what I think about Apple in a few minutes when I'm done. So I would go on this one. I really like this for a swing. I may want to do this. Hey, Matt, do me a favor. Can you, in my account, pick up a couple hundred shares of this for me? XYZ? Thank you. 29 days to go. 70 delta. 88 calls right here. Really like this stock. And I think the stock has a very good long-term future. I think I think companies like this are going to thrive this year. I think interest rates will start going down the second part of this year. I do believe that. I think it's going to be rocky the first half of the year, but I think I honestly don't think the Fed did anything crazy. I think they were just too eager and were 2 quarters above yesterday. So barely. Urban. Now this stock looks like it could be a good A-line stock, but I'd like to make sure that it closes above these averages, right? A lot of people, Bob, a lot of people are participating. A lot of people are participating. Somebody at what price? What at what price? Be more specific. Urban does not look bad here. It really doesn't look bad, and it's above the VWAP. And it's remember what Kane was just talking about a few minutes ago about the consumer stores. They're starting to pop up again. Now, why do I like this stock right now? Can anyone tell me? The current price, Susan. I like the current price. What percentage of this bar did this stock recover? Did it recover 60% of this bar? Yes. And we're above the A line. So as long as it closes above here, we're good to go. See, simple rules. You see a big bar, you want it to recover at least 60% of it, and you want to be above the 8-day. Now, these are rules that I've given you guys over and over and over and over and over again, like 1,000 times. 29 days to go. 73, too spready. Way too spready. Let's see. 22 days to go. Yeah, we could do this one. We can go, yeah, this is good. 22 days to go, February 21st, 71 delta, 53 call, with a stop right below this pivot right here. Not a big stop loss. Not a big stop loss. Yeah, see, Rochelle. And folks, Rochelle, I'm trying to give you a compliment, so please don't take this in a wrong way. Rochelle is a retired lady. She's not a technical. She's not. She doesn't. And she's able to pick it up. If she could pick it up, most of you folks could pick it up too. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. And again, Rochelle, I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any shape, way, or form. I'm just saying it's not rock. It's not something where you have to be like 20 years old, computer tech, MIT grad yesterday. You don't have to. That's not necessary. A normal person. That's what I'm trying to say. A normal person, a reasonable, normal person can pick this up. I like this. And look at this trend. It's got a nice trend. It's bouncing up. Honestly, don't be fearful of waiting for this to go a little bit higher. You're not missing out because when it goes above this area right here, 58, they're going to want to buy the hell out of this thing. Trust me, I would want to buy the hell out of this thing.
That's where I'd be putting my buy. There's right there also.
Yeah, right here. If I wanted to be 100%, this is where I would do it. Just don't be late to the party. I mean, don't be too early to the party. Oh, you definitely have high IQ, but I mean, what I'm saying is you don't have to have any like special set of skills. You don't have to be like a programmer or, you don't have to be a statistician. GH, last stock, GH. Like how it's breaking out right here. Remember, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. Yeah, right here. I don't think it's overdone yet. 22 days out, 73 delta. Spready. This beast is spready. Probably not that liquid. Yeah, it's actually pretty liquid. No problem, Sandra. No problem. Yes, Matt. People do want to hear about seasonality for February as a general rule, and I'm going to talk about Apple for a minute. I don't really have a webinar today, so Kane, we'll be here a few more minutes. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not skipping seasonality. So technically, Apple doesn't look bad right now. Apple has to break through the 50-day moving average. It really looks like it wants to break the 50-day moving average, but it hasn't happened yet. Obviously, we know we have earnings today, and we all know that earnings are a binary event. Let me show you. We beat expectations, but we didn't beat EPS. We beat EPS, we beat expectations, but our forward-looking statements are bad. Our forward-looking statements are good, but one division that AI division is not doing as good. Do you see what I'm saying? How do you predict those variables, anticipate them, and know how institutions are going to react? I have no idea how the hell. GH too spready, too gappy. Yeah, thank you, Kevin, for explaining it to Joseph. Too spready, Eduardo. So especially Apple, right, Michael? Right, especially Apple. And right. Let's not all kid ourselves, especially Apple, the biggest company in the world, right? Right. Look at what Omar just said. Look at Netflix. So yesterday's report comes out. I'm thinking to myself, Netflix is going to go down, and Apple and Microsoft is going to be more or less flat because they beat EPS, and only one division did bad. And look at what happened. And Tesla. Why did Tesla go up today? I have no idea. So again, earnings are a binary event. You can't predict earnings. Please don't try. All right, I got to get out of here. I'm late to a meeting, so I'll say this real quick, and then Matt, you could take over. I like Apple. I wouldn't do anything on Apple because of earnings. I would wait for Apple to trade above this area. If Apple goes above this area, I think we're going to start seeing a bull run. Okay, the market is not looking all that bad, minus Microsoft. The FANG stocks didn't do so bad. They're doing okay. Microsoft is the outlier in the mix. Right, Adam. There you go. Right. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. But remember what I said. As long as Trump doesn't pull a Giuliani on Musk, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. So I think we have to wait for Apple earnings. If you want to do a strangle on Apple, you could. The problem is it'll be the majority of the move will be priced into the options. If I see that there's a good spread, a good strangle, I'll give it to you. Otherwise, here's what I think. I think Apple is going to do well. I think we're going to come right back here and we're going to start moving up, and it's going to drive the market higher. And I think tomorrow's PCE report is not going to be negative. So I'm actually starting to get a little more bullish on the market. And I also really like how the number of stocks breaking to 90-day highs is now at 167, where this morning it was at 88. That's a bullish sign. We have no downside momentum. No downside momentum. All right, Kane, thank you for being here. Matt, if you don't mind, repost the link one more time to Kane's 3 o'clock class. I'm going to go. I have a meeting with Dittman about our new Telegram. Kane, did you know that we created our own an app, so we can have everything now integrated on our own app? Isn't that great?
Yeah, I saw that. Very exciting. I don't know all the details, but so far it looks great.
I'm going to get them right now from Dittman. I'm about to meet with him to get all of that. So I will see you guys later. Please don't go anywhere. Matt's going to give you seasonality for February, which is really, really important. So I'm going to get out of here. Kane and Matt will hang out. Don't go anywhere. Please stay here, folks. I'll see you I'll see you later, but Kane and Matt will be here. Bye, guys. Any questions, roger@rogerscott.com. Have a great day. And please take what I'm saying very seriously. I'm not joking around with you. You got to get this stuff figured out, okay?
Perfect. Ooh, we're really running up. Okay. Here is the long side for seasonality. This is more the short-term one. The biggest thing of note that's changed on this report versus the ones we've had in the past is the profit factors. They are all positive on the long side today. But they've been less than great. Lower ones, a few of them have been under one, which is not good. And all the accuracies are pretty good here too. Let's see. The only thing that is questionable is financials. Everything else is really good. If we go to the short side, we see the total opposite, which is always good. The long side's doing well. We want the short side to do bad. That way we know we're not in a choppy environment. And that is the case. Here is 2-week hold. So this will get you halfway into February. A little less than half. Got healthcare, really strong. Consumer staples, it's this line right here. It's also very strong, but not a bad showing from tech, industrials. Energy looks pretty good. And basic materials is a little bit suspect, but everything else doesn't look too bad. Oh, and utilities, that's not great. Those are the only two that don't look really good. Everything else looks pretty neat. Let's go. We'll skip the short side because it's not even relevant, but look at the long side for 70% accuracy. You're at 424, which is a very large number. And to 60% on the 10-day hold, you're at 395, which is pretty good as well. Let's look at the profit factor. So this is more of a portfolio style. If you were to buy this stock and hold it for 2 weeks every year on this date, where would you be, or on how many stocks would you be in the money on after all this time? And in the money or even, and that's 473 out of 550, which is a huge number. That is one of the highest I've ever seen. So seasonality gets really, really nice about this time. I will just lastly show you the graphs. Just kind of for all of February. So this has your 11 sectors, and then in the bottom right, there's the SPY, the Dow, and the QQQ. There we go. Definitely some choppiness. Consumer staples seems to have a really strong first half of the month. So do the indexes. Looks like there's a lull pretty across the board. This middle of February. See it in most. But overall, the indexes look good except for the middle of the month. And tech as well. That is probably as in depth as you really should look at this. So, GNAT says, do here. What's the seasonality site? Bed in the market view. We describe it as salt and pepper, salt or pepper, or your preferred seasoning. It's not the main entree. You don't want to take a trade solely from this, but it can give you a little bit of an edge if all things are moving at the same time. So, like today was a good example. 491 out of the 550 are moving up over the next 2 weeks since 1990. So the market seems to have a nice push up at this time. So if you're taking the statistics, the whole market is bullish pretty accurately around this time of year. Usually it's just a little more edge for your longs. It's the S&P 500 plus 50 ETFs, few commodities, few currencies. Yes, I will, Rochelle. All right. That's all I got. There's the link to Kane's class. You have anything else to say about that, Kane?
Nope. If you want to join me, I'd love to have you there. It's going to be a way to trade non-directionally, which is very good for the current environment that we're in. So,
Oh, yeah. All right, folks. We'll see you at 2 o'clock, right?
all right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Matt.
Have a great day. See you, Kane.